We're going to space.
Whole hullabaloo about you, man, and this mess you got going.
I would take an axe to a couple people's heads. I mean, I would go barbaric.
To a couple robots?
No, to maybe
really...
like a town, like Oblivion style.
Whoa, no, you just...
Sir, we're talking about robots.
Scabies is a that's also a staple of white culture.
Y'all some nasty niggas, bro.
Is that white culture?
I believe
Y'all can
scabies,
keep that shit.
Dirty.
But the black people, they smoke the weed and they get too relaxed.
I'm not getting taken down by no British cops.
Is this true, Don Juice? Is this true? You know the foreign affairs. Is this true?
It's propaganda. Just saying.
Hello, friends, fiends, everybody in between. We are back after a week's hiatus. It was disastrous last week. It was. I don't even. I honestly can't remember what happened.
Y'all boys are shit faced.
But something else happened. There was a legitimate.
Y'all drinking
reason.
a lot of tequila.
There was a legitimate reason why
we couldn't get the mics to sound
that's
like
right,
people.
that's
We just
right,
all
yeah.
sounded like angry.
You told me I couldn't
wombats.
be on the show. You replaced me with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything.
It was
a dude cast.
It was something interesting.
Yeah, it was really aggressive.
It'll come out.
So
it'll come out.
We're
Y'all
back.
get to hear it.
Oh, does it exist? Did
It
we actually-
exists.
Oh.
I got it. I'm just going.
Oh. So
I gotta comb it a little bit, see if there's any super inappropriate stuff. But other than that, it'll come out.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we're back again. Oh man, we're just making mistakes all over here, slapping mics, and we slap happy tonight. Next to me, we got Space Boy Dandy here, eating popsicles.
Yeah, it was really good, but now the roof of my mouth is like really numb.
So you like red flavored things?
I do.
That's tragic. That's terrible.
No, what you mean hot sausages are red?
Hot sausages are good, but I'm talking about red flavored, like that artificial cherry.
Oh, red.
Yeah, like the
cherry,
red
strawberry,
any artificially cherried
berry.
Strawberry, I'm good with. I think we've had this discussion on the
Cherry
show before about
Ranch.
strawberry soda,
Mm-hmm.
like the Czech strawberry soda. I'm down with some strawberry soda.
Cherry Jolly Ranchers is the best.
No,
Cherry
no,
Jolly
they're
Rancher.
delicious,
No.
See, I don't like cherry.
They're the only
flavor.
cherry thing. I
No,
fuck
cherry
with.
flavor. It's weird. It depends. Black cherry flavor.
Oh, I like the cherry.
Is good.
Airheads.
Yeah.
Black cherry's good.
I feel like Airheads are gonna rip my teeth out if I try to like eat them anymore. I'm not the best right now.
Wait, real quick. I had a red
Robot
slushy
teeth.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Of course
at
you
work.
would.
Well, no, I didn't buy it. They bought it and they didn't like
Who's
it.
they?
Well,
Oh.
a bunch of people at my job bought this red slushy from Sonic because it's like Red Bull, and it's a new thing that they have, like these Red Bull slushies.
Oh.
And so I drank some of that too. It was pretty good, but
Is Red Bull?
I mean,
Red Bull
it tasted
slushy,
like
you
Red
said?
Bull. Yeah,
I gotta check that out.
Why?
it gave me throat freeze.
Why
Not brain
Sonic?
freeze, but like my throat.
Why is Sonic selling shit with Red Bull in it?
Sonic's slanging. When I was at Steak and Shake, we had what they called a Red Bull Freeze, which was the most terrible idea because it used the shake base, the low butterfat ice cream, and half a Red Bull, and I think a little bit of water, if I'm not mistaken. It
A
could have
little
just
bit of
been
water. Like was that supposed to be in there, or did they just accidentally fall in?
No, I think it was part of the recipe to make it a freeze, to water down the milky aspect of it, because that's how we did the orange freeze, and that kind of tasted like a creamsicle.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
But I don't know.
no,
About
that did not last. But they still to this day have the cheapest Red Bulls around at $1.99 plus tax. It's $2.12 after tax for an 8.4 ounce Red Bull.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Steak
I
and
never
Shake.
knew. I would just
Cheapest Red
sometimes
Bulls.
get one.
Would you?
like
You'd steal them?
at the end of.
You would
shift.
steal Red Bulls? We
She
didn't
would
make
just
money.
put
We
them
made no
in
money on Red Bulls. That's terrible. You are a thief. I would never hire you.
Unhireable.
Across from me, we got Left Foot Green.
I'm here.
You're looking a little bummy tonight. I liked it because normally you're not wearing like comfy clothes in your own house, and I like this.
I'm here. I'm sneering.
You're
I'm
sneering.
drinking beering.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
and, all right. No, I was taking it. There was an awkward pause of me drinking. To my left, we got Big Boss Coutre drinking the hard cider, thinking about life.
Easy apple.
Easy apple.
Easy.
It's a slut.
Less sweet. She's just less sweet.
Yeah, less sweet, more to the point.
Yeah.
I like that. I can co-sign that. Let's co-sign.
Terrible. Okay.
And back again, we got myself, AJ. Again, I had another nickname I thought for myself, and it's just, but I can't. No matter what my nickname is, I can get you anything for $200. You got $200, I can get you into a room. I can get you drugs, miscellaneous drugs. I can get you a couch.
I want a lemur.
Phone. I can get you a lemur for $200 plus a $100 administrative fee that's non-refundable. Check it out.
He's got hustle.
All right. So speaking of hustle, some possible hustlers may have lost some shipments over in the UK. We or not we. I don't associate with those people. They did some tests on some shrimp, and they came up positive for cocaine, ketamine, a little bit of MDMA in some of them. And the greatest question here is who lost the bag? Who dropped the load, as Coochie Mane would say?
lot
Well,
of
what
drugs.
made them test? What made them test the shrimpies?
Who tipped him off?
I don't understand why you would just test shrimp. I
guess maybe it's a good practice.
And I think, don't shrimp kind of filter water a little bit? So
Maybe they were looking for like what toxins it's
they
taken
would
in
be-
and went,
they would
oh,
be a good
drugs.
sign to that would be a good way to see what wildlife is taken in there. So I don't know enough about shrimp and how they work, but like, could you possibly eat these shrimp and get high? Is my biggest question. Would it like depend on the ratio, the cocaine to shrimp blood ratio?
I think
Maybe how you're cooking them.
I think
Do you have to eat the vein?
probably.
The poop part.
No, not the intestinal tract. But maybe if like you did it like sushi, you just kind of.
You know, you're not supposed to eat oysters like during a certain time of year.
It'll kill you.
Because they get like.
So
Whoa.
you guys have heard my story about being drunk and eating raw oysters off the jetty, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, no.
Drunken on Xanax, yeah.
Oh.
It's a good time.
Jetty oysters.
Yeah, straight
not
off
good.
the jetty.
Any-
Didn't get sick at all. Didn't get
What?
sick at all. Not one bit.
The drugs counteracted it.
Yeah, because y'all remember a few months ago I had food poisoning from some fish. And you would think, like, and mind you, I wasn't drunken on drugs when I ate that fish. You know, I was definitely drunk and on drugs when I ate that those oysters, multiple oysters. I was just people were looking at me like, what's up with this guy? Because I'm just
You just scooping out
trash.
oysters in the
No,
jetty?
not just scooping out. I was taking rocks and smashing them against the
Oh
oysters
no,
to
you
pop them open.
just prying them.
I didn't have anything to pry with.
Did you put them on your tummy and just?
But they were good. They were fucking good, and I
my
pulled them
God.
straight off the jetty. Didn't get any sicknesses. Almost fought a cop that night. Good time. Don't do Xanax and drink together. And don't eat shrimp that have the Xanax in them. They didn't have Xanax. But
What if that was just the new creative way to like mule your drugs?
how do you extract the drugs from the shrimp?
Maybe
you cook them.
Maybe they just had the shrimp next to the drugs, and
Why-
it got crossed.
They were also selling shrimp.
And they released the shrimp back into the wildlife.
Oh, you know what? The shrimp were the drug dealers. They just had it on them.
Yeah, they had it.
And when
stashed
they
in their
got
poop hole.
when they got caught, they just ate them real quick. They'll never catch us.
Oh fuck! These shrimp crime lords.
Every
just-
dime bag you get by, you get a handful of shrimp.
This seafood discussion just kind of made me think of a little weird fact. Did you know that horseshoe crab blood is super expensive?
It has
The blood?
iron
The
in it
blood.
or mercury. It's got
Why
some.
would you want
and
the
it's
blood?
blue.
Well, because it's blue? You want
Not
the
because
blood?
it's blue. I said and it's blue.
Well,
Yeah,
then
but
why do you
it's-
want it?
I forget exactly there's a medical purpose behind it.
Yeah, there's something out of they extract, and I watched something on this. I want to say it was because of the iron though that their blood turns blue.
Iron?
Yeah, I think it's the iron. I'm gonna look that up.
I thought
I'm gonna
that's
check
right.
that.
Well, no, iron doesn't turn red until it's oxidized.
Yeah.
But if it's in a vase, a jar, a beaker, whatever the fuck they milk these horseshoe crabs for.
They milking the crabs?
They're milking the crabs. That just sounds wrong all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're milking the crabs.
And there's a medical purpose, so it saves lives. You can get the juice.
Let me see.
Horseshoe crab
Oh, it's
juice.
copper.
Copper. Oh, no.
Copper.
Copper in their fucking blue blood?
Yeah, it's the
That's
copper that
terrifying.
turns their blood blue.
So why do you
And-
want it?
Let's see. It can be used for, which is used for detection of bacterial endotoxins in medical applications.
Oh.
Not impressed.
That sounds like that blood's going to someone nefarious. Like
It
some,
goes
like,
for
evil villain.
$15,000
A quart?
A quart, yeah.
What?
So hypothetically, right? Like I've seen the pictures of them milking these things. It looks just like what you'd expect, like some fucking horror film. Because horseshoe crabs already look like little aliens.
Yeah.
So it looks like some horror film where like they're milking these alien creatures for blue blood in a lab. Like we look really not good. Like it puts us in a bad light.
The whole reason they farm it is because they can test pharmaceutical and medical equipment to make sure it doesn't carry a certain type of bacteria.
Oh, that's industrious.
Yeah.
But that's
like,
kind of
theoretically,
fucked up.
Like, could we go horseshoe crab hunting?
Yeah,
And because they're you're
Florida,
allowed,
yeah.
and you're allowed to take them.
You're allowed to just take them and harvest
like,
their fucking blood. Like,
But like the thing about the harvesting of the blood, I would assume you'd need some sort of background for that. So my question is there like a black market for horseshoe crab blood? Because I would rather participate in the black market horseshoe crab blood, the black horseshoe crab blood market, than sell horseshoe crab blood. We're gonna start calling it HCB.
Okay.
So start selling the HCB to the pharmaceutical companies. I'd rather just sell it to like some guy down the road who knows a guy.
What is he going to do with it? Test his medical equipment?
He's gonna know
He's
somebody.
going to go home and test his
He's
pharmaceutical.
gonna know somebody
Oh
who
my
is
gosh.
operating without a license, who needs to test their medical equipment, and that's fine with me if it's $15,000 fucking dollars a quart. I mean, it would be more expensive on the black market. You $20,000 a quart, and
I just don't
is
see
there
him buying this.
everybody's
is
help.
there demand for it?
I would assume if it's
From certain companies, but they can probably get it in like
Yeah.
vast quantities.
I don't know if they're gonna go to
I
the
mean,
black
if you
market
see a picture
for
of
it.
not them. That's what I'm saying. I gotta find some guy who's lost his medical license, and I would have to
AJ
sell us,
puts
like,
a
2 quarts.
Craigslist ad up.
He just has like a
These
whole
guys-
setup in his
these-
garage.
These hospitals
and
and
he's
shit
just
are,
trying to.
these pharmaceutical companies and whoever. I think what is
They're just around.
yeah, like
You
no,
just walk up to them.
no. What I'm saying is,
like
is
Willy
they buy
Wonka.
millions and millions of dollars worth of it, right? I just need somebody who's gonna buy like a couple quarts.
First
you
of
know,
all-
like give me $50K, and here's a couple of
It's
quarts of
ethically-
fucking horseshoe.
Here's just some
It's
horseshoe
ethically
crabs.
wrong.
The whole thing.
It's just wrong. It's
How's
wrong.
it wrong? Well, how is that wrong? So they're allowed to do it for science, but I'm not allowed to sell to
No,
some guy who's
they also
practicing without a
shouldn't
medical
do it.
license?
They shouldn't do it for science. No one should be harvesting.
The
Another
fucking horseshoe
animal.
they've been around for millions of years.
Okay, so
Let's put them to use.
you know,
It's true. It's true. Get them
There's
out there.
enough
Get
of
them working.
They're not endangered. There's
yet,
But giraffes are.
not endangered yet.
And okay, so not if you're sucking its blood, that doesn't necessarily kill it.
No.
Wouldn't it be better to keep a full sustainable horseshoe crab HCB?
No, I think they murder it.
No.
Slice the little
It's
throat.
gonna
No, they
take
don't-
all of the blood.
I've seen it. They like it's like an IV kind of. It's like a blood transfusion.
They replace its blood with milk.
Oh no! That's
milk
fucking
blood.
cruel. What if that happened to people?
Let somebody gets their blood
I'm
replaced with
sure
milk.
something like that's happened before. Like
I'm
that's
sure it
that
has
is
too.
wild shit.
And
Could you
it
imagine
doesn't
that as
seem.
like a torture method? Like
Just little bits every
it's
day. They just take like
coagulating
a
from your
cord
body
out.
heat.
and-
Like it's like fucking hurting.
You're
You're making cheese in your bloodstream.
Somebody's just injecting you with milk.
That'd be
every day.
terrible.
Replacing
That's
your
some
blood with
fucked
milk.
up shit.
That seems kind of.
They
Awful.
donate,
Like,
but they donate
painful.
the blood that they take from you to the Red Cross.
I don't think it justifies.
Oh, no,
I don't think
it's
I don't think it justifies at all because it was just that's not right.
You get sweet cheese blood powers, and
No.
Cheese blood powers.
Oh my gosh,
You
have
can
y'all
shoot
ever
curds at
seen
people.
the show The Misfits on Hulu?
Yes, I
like
don't-
the British.
the British show Misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
I've
they
seen it way before Hulu, but yeah.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It was on Hulu.
Hit
But
That
anyways.
shows why my cat was
Okay,
named
I'm a
Simon.
hipster.
Is that why
Any-
your cat's name Simon?
That's why my cat was named Simon, because the guy who
Wow.
played Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones.
Well, you remember the one guy who killed the other person with like milk?
Yeah, the milk control, dude.
The milk guy.
Oh, the milk guy. I
The
don't
milk
remember
guy.
this.
You don't
but
remember the
no.
milk guy?
How deep in the seasons was this? Because I stopped watching
It was
after,
like second.
Oh, then no. I just don't remember.
Yeah, no, he could control milk, and usually people had some
He controlled
form of, or
dairy.
dairy. That's what it was.
Oh no!
Oh, I
So
kinda
not
feel
just
like
milk.
I do remember that.
But he killed somebody with milk, for sure.
Like he coagulated the milk.
Like
in
it
them,
came
right?
out of their
Yeah,
eyes,
I
and
think I
like,
remember
I
that.
definitely remember that now. 'cause I'm like,
That's
that's
no good.
awful.
oh yeah, it was. It looked horrible.
So another thing that looks horrible. One of our, I wish I had a soundboard so I could just be like ding. So one of our favorite video game icons that used to be a strong, independent hedgehog that didn't need no Italian plumber.
Sonic.
So his whole thing was he went fast. He was faster than Mario. He was
went
meant to
so-
appeal
he
to
went
the children.
fast. He went
goes
fast.
Generation
fast.
X.
See them
Gotta go
shoes?
fast.
He got them shoes.
He's got the Nikes on. Okay, so the trailer came out for this live action CGI.
Ew. No, it
Sonic.
didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Oh god.
Yeah, it
I
did.
didn't see that.
It's disgusting.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Oh.
He's got on Nikes. The whole trailer's set to Coolio Gangster's Paradise, which did not make
that made no
sense to me.
sense. That was out of place.
It was
I thought at first it was the Weird Al version.
Oh, you thought it was Amish Paradise?
I did because it had a different tempo at first. I'm like, oh, that's not quite it. They're not that
And,
ballsy.
and then what's the guy who's co-starring with Sonic?
Sonic.
You're playing Dr. Robotnik or
No,
the
no,
other guy?
The other guy, his companion guy, the cop.
Looks like he's from like
I've seen
a
him.
daytime
He's in
Fox.
Westworld. I've seen him in Westworld, but I don't know his name. I don't like his face. And then you got this is an unpopular opinion. I don't like Jim Carrey.
I don't like him as a
Why?
person.
I don't like him in general. I've never found
Why?
him funny, and I don't like his ideology. So he's like a 50-year-old man who just came across an edgy like ideology that like 18-year-olds start believing in. He's like, oh, but none of this matters. It's like, all right, man, you're nihilistic. I get it. Yeah, but you make like fucking millions upon millions of dollars. Like fuck you.
And take roles playing characters you like objectify against very vocally, but you still take that character.
Like
in Kick-Ass 2 where he played the superhero with the guns, and he went out after and was like, "This was the worst role I've ever done."
Didn't his Riddler have guns?
No, he just had tight
I
spandex
just
and
feel
a
like
cane.
maybe it was just his posture, but I just feel like I remember him with like a little gun.
Gat.
No, like he was like this with it.
I don't remember that, but maybe.
So, Jim Carrey is Dr. Eggman. Fucking
Eggman.
Dr. Robotnik is what they're just calling him for
Really?
now. Yeah, he's Eggman. So I don't like
Really?
Jim Carrey.
But he starts out like thin with a snidely whiplash mustache.
Yeah, like a villain
So-
stash. So I don't like that he's just playing Jim Carrey. And it's obvious that he's just playing Jim Carrey, and that I also don't like the fact that Jim Carrey hasn't matured over these. He was good in Spotless Mind. Like that was like the only time I've actually seen Jim Carrey act, and he was good. I'm not gonna say he's a bad actor, but I'm gonna say he definitely plays Jim
Did he have a
Carrey.
movie with penguins?
I've never seen Truman Show.
Yes.
Was that him with the penguins?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that movie.
Just remember him doing things with penguins. I didn't
he
like
likes
it.
penguins.
No penguins,
But
right?
a kid's book.
the big controversy was the way Sonic looked.
He looked like
See,
a pedophile.
very long.
Looked
Like
like a
sex
crack
offender.
addict.
He
He looked like a crack addict.
He's like a drug addict.
Very long. His face, I think they were trying to make like an actual hedgehog.
His house was a drug den.
And he was wearing...
He looked disgusting.
He was wearing Nikes, red Nikes.
He looked like a mascot, but like a tiny person in a mascot
No,
suit.
he looked like one of those like bootleg version, like one of
like a costume party.
No, like if you got something from like a Chinese market that was
like
supposed to be Sonic, but they couldn't call it Sonic. You know what I mean? Like...
Oh, it's for it. Watch the whole thing. Watch it. It's god awful.
I just looked at a picture of him. I'm like, what is this?
Big Chungus.
So, the director's heard all this. He's heard the outcry against rapist Sonic, and he has dedicated his team to changing it. So now...
That's money he just wasted.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely money he wasted.
A lot.
But he's going to make it back, because if he's changing it, instead of just releasing it as is, making it a big deal that he's changing it,
people herald it.
He can't release another trailer. That's his thing. If he releases another trailer, nobody's going to watch it. They're just going to be like, alright, they changed it.
Oh no. What is this?
Yeah,
So it's not even space, is it? Is that
I'm going to spoil the trailer if you haven't seen it. He freezes time and he knocks away a bunch. He's like,
no, that's just his reaction.
He's like, oh, I've walked about 9 million steps today or something like that. And then he starts like knocking missiles out of the sky.
I think that's just supposed to be how he sees the world because he's so fast.
Gotta go fast. Wow. See, I miss Sonic. You know, the distorted... And that was my ringtone for years. And
congratulations.
That's pretty much what they did to him. They pretty much turned him into Sonic.
What happened?
Turned out.
Yeah, what happened to Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese?
Sonic is Sonic.
That's what happened.
Just like Chucky.
God, they did
just like
really
Chucky.
Fuck up Chucky.
He went teenage somehow.
The thing was he
lost a bunch of weight.
No, remember original.
He went through reviews puberty.
You remember when original Chucky used to wear that suit?
No, what suit?
He used to wear a fucking
like a tuxedo.
No, I don't remember.
I had
he
the
had
old
tuxedo.
coins where he was on tuxedo. Then
but
he
his
became
animatronic never had a tuxedo.
Nah, it did.
No,
it did.
I don't think
you're like
it did.
You're younger than me. You're older than me. So like that. Do you remember Chuck E. Cheese with a fucking tuxedo on?
I remember the coins like he's talking about, and I remember seeing it on pictures.
Yeah, I remember seeing the pictures of him.
But it makes sense if they would put him in everything else.
He was never in a fucking suit.
I don't know what he was doing the birthday shows.
Those things, exactly. They've always looked creepy, but he really looked creepy when he was wearing that damn suit. When he started
gloves.
When he turned into the skateboarder, it was a little awkward, but it wasn't as weird.
But that's why I appreciated Five Nights at Freddy when it first came out. Five Nights at Freddy's, not at Freddy. That's a different
Five Nights in Freddy.
Yeah, Five Nights in Freddy.
Oh no.
Yeah, I give it that. But nah, man.
Well, he's heard it. He's changing it allegedly.
Why does it even exist?
How did it get past a test audience? Like, why did a test audience not just like rip it to shreds?
I mean, we did get an emoji.
They probably.
movie.
I mean, it's literally possible that they showed it to like 21-year-olds who never really played Sonic. Think about that.
No,
think about think about it.
Because there's been recent Sonic games
Yeah,
and
but
Sonic
who
at the
would start-
Olympics. People love Sonic at the Olympics.
I don't think they do.
It's the year we got Detective Pikachu.
Hyper-realistic Mr. Mime is terrifying.
It is
But I'm
terrible.
down.
my
He
goodness.
steals your mom. He vibrates her.
He does use his vibrating fingers that can they can solidify air
Whoa.
to steal your mother.
He diddle blaster.
That's
If you-
inappropriate.
If you heckle his miming, he will marry your mom out of spite.
Yeah, beat his ass, bro.
And then he'll ground you.
He'll vibrate in you. That's
He'll turn your lungs solid.
he'll
vibrate in you?
solidify you.
Oh no! Well, you just gotta knock him unconscious, bro. You can fuck Mr. Mime up.
I think Pokemon in real life would be horrifying.
Oh, they definitely would.
Like,
Well, yeah.
absolutely
They're
terrifying.
monsters.
Yeah,
They're
Pocket
literal monsters.
an Onyx. Could you imagine just an Onyx popping out of the ground? Just rock
worm.
snake. Yeah,
Rock snake. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do about that? Like, I
No.
have a chance against the Mr. Mime, you know? Like, I do my best. Now, what am I going to do against the fucking rock monster?
Yeah.
Like, run?
Gonna
Possibly.
die.
Blastoise, like that's just fire hydrants on a turtle.
Well, that's why you gotta catch them so they don't kill you.
I can create that, but the government won't let me. So, some other restrictions that we're not going to call them the government, but they're the web government.
The gooberment.
So, big ol' Zuckerberg, Mr. Mark,
Webfed.
who recently created his wife what's called a sleep box, which he could have just used an alarm clock. But that's neither here nor there.
Wait, hold on. No, it's here. What's that?
There's a dim light that shines when the kids are supposed to be up. It's like a coffin that his Asian wife sleeps in. And when the kids are supposed to be up, a dim light shines. When it's like, bro, like, just use an alarm clock. What do you...
He doesn't want to be woken up. He just wants her to get her lazy ass up.
Don't wake me up.
And that's why there's no...
Get in your sleep box.
No sound. I didn't want to... Because, he's cheap for many reasons.
He doesn't want to go to Bath and Body Works.
He doesn't want to buy any soundproofing for the box, so he just, uses a dim light on a timer.
Could you imagine you put him in a box and play an alarm clock in the box? That would be the worst.
So wait, what if you don't wake up from, light?
I guess you like it.
Maybe she does. Obviously,
he lights the box on fire.
They're married and have kids. He knows her needs more than I would. I don't fucking know.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
I don't think he's following her needs if he puts her in a box to sleep.
But what if that is her needs?
What if
she
She needs to be in this box.
I don't know what she sounds like, so this is going to be super racist. But what if she's like, Mark, I need to be in coffin to sleep.
Oh no!
Why is she sound so rough?
That was awful.
I don't think she has an accent.
I don't think
she. I'm pretty sure she's pretty Americanized.
That wasn't. No.
But she looks like an angry Asian lady. So, I wouldn't want to be in Mark Zuckerberg's house if that woman couldn't sleep. He doesn't run his house. He just pays for everything. So anyway,
okay.
he used the only bit of power he has to now a big sweep of a ban on, quote, dangerous people. Mm-hmm. And so we remember a while back, Alex Jones got deplatformed from pretty much everything. But I guess now you can't even, share InfoWars shit on your own timeline without getting banned. Milo Yiannopoulos, who's that gay guy who's married. He's the gay Jewish guy who's married to a black guy that people call a Nazi. And then you got Louis Farrakhan, the leader of the Nation of Islam, which is Scientology and black people meets Islam. A very strange ideology. I mean, if you're into that, that's, I can't knock it. But we got Yakub sitting right next to me, so how do you explain that?
Fuck up the timelines.
And there's somebody else. But all in all, I don't mind that you ban them, but the thing is they've said in their statement about it that they're banning people who support them. And they're not going to stop. They've said that thoroughly that they view what they're doing as what they need to do, which it begs the question you can go to other platforms, but
what right do they have to?
But they own the business that hosts these things. They have every literal right to do it. It's just the fact that they have so much power. So Alex Jones was banned from Twitter and Facebook, I think last year. We talked about it, but he was still going strong on Instagram. But because that's owned by Facebook, now Alex Jones is off of Instagram. So all he has is his own InfoWars website.
Podcasts.
Apple took him down.
Oh.
Down.
Google took him down.
Down.
Spotify took him down.
Down.
It is incredibly hot. Can we please turn on this AC? We can...
You're hot?
That boy burning up.
He's sweating down.
Yeah.
His hair helmet.
Oh, man, it's bad over here. It's about to sound bad, and we're going to have a good time.
No.
So, how do you feel about them depersoning these people completely?
I basically feel like what you said in a nutshell. You can do it. It's not like I really care, but it's now you kind of... It's a situation where you don't know how... What is it going to take you to do before you get deplatformed?
Exactly. So now it's the whole thing that they keep saying for the first they came for these and then they came for these is and I wasn't this. Motherfucker, they're coming for you. Anything that they disagree with, if they feel that you're a dissenter, then you will no longer have a place on their platform. And that would be fine if they weren't everybody has. If you want to talk to your grandma, you got to have Facebook. Because that's all. Somehow they don't know how to text, but they know how to use Facebook Messenger.
Now,
that's
if
some
we
shit.
put this
That's
in
fucking
the
wild.
if we put this in the description that we're talking about Alex Jones, do we get pulled?
But
And then
let's
what?
just not mention that. I'm not saying I support Alex Jones. He's a crazy conspiracy theorist. A lot of things he says has truth behind it, but he exaggerates it for the theater.
Yeah.
I would hope if he actually believes the craziness that he spouts, then I feel a little bit bad for him. But, you know, I mean, like, honestly, I don't feel bad for him because, like, he doesn't really care about his kids. Like, he was talking about his daughter. He's like, yeah, she's like 14. I don't know.
You don't know, man.
About 14.
She about 14.
But,
she could be 15, maybe 13.
Louis
Right, 'cause she's
Farrakhan,
14.
he's said outright anti-Semitic things. There's no denying the things that he said.
Yeah, but no, what's wild about that is, like, it's not nothing new. So it's like, why now all of a sudden?
Well, they're kind of responding to the whole criticism of people,
Yeah.
you know, being like, oh, why are these people allowed to have this platform? Why are you allowing them to speak on things like this? So now they just
I mean,
are not allowed to speak on things like that on almost any platform.
like, you kind of gotta let different, you know, you can't just get rid of it.
Different strokes for different folks.
But you need that. 'Cause that's-
Everybody's got the block button is the thing. If you don't want to see it, block it. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
don't take it away. Just if somebody doesn't want to see it, block it. If the argument is it fosters this idea, my honest belief is like, how can you say the idea is wrong if a majority of people are going to it? You know, like morality's weird. You know, so like there have been wrong things that we look at now as wrong that weren't wrong at that time. You know, like so it's really however you want to look at it. But like the whole argument is always like kids can see this.
Okay.
Like, all right, you know, like kids see you drinking PBR and fighting with. You know, like,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
Kids see a lot of shit. Kids soak up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So
it's like
let them look at a different viewpoint of life.
I'm saying, because if anything, that's gonna
Well,
advance
also-
you, keeps you from being fucking closed-minded, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta see some shit, even if the shit you know is dumb as fuck. You gotta at least let them say the dumb shit, so everybody can be like, oh.
That's my point. So if something's objectively wrong, then why do you want to make it to where nobody can hear it? Because if it's objectively wrong, then the majority of people will see it as wrong.
And they'll
Yeah.
learn from it.
Exactly,
And learn, go, oh, this is
exactly.
stupid.
But also, I feel like in terms of people's kids, a lot of people just give their kids like devices and then just like, okay, go get out my face. And then all of a sudden, 3 hours later, when they check on their kid and they're like watching some sketchy shit or listening to some sketchy shit, they want to be mad at the sketchy shit instead of mad at the fact that you just gave your kid a tablet and was like, bye.
My
For
kids
hours.
saw Momo and they killed themselves.
Okay, my child, like, I don't want my child on a tablet.
No.
Like,
2-year-olds shouldn't have fucking tablets. Like their own tablets that they're walking around with. And, bro, that shit is
give
ridiculous.
them hand toys. Let them learn
It is
how to
ridiculous.
work with their hands and, like, give them paper and pens. I'll let my kid write. I'll let him have a pen. You know, let him have a real
I'll
pen.
let him
and-
write. I think writing
No, I
is
mean,
fair.
I'll
like
let
my
my kid.
child, like my 3-year-old. And like I'll let him, because like I was taught, like as a child you're not supposed to use knives. No, I'll let like my 5-year-old use a knife.
Did
and
you let your
shit,
kid
you
use
know?
like a steak knife?
Yeah, like a steak knife, not
They
like a
have little
fucking
kid
full
knives.
butcher
not
knife?
like a butcher knife. No, not like a fucking cleaver or anything like that. Just chopping ribs. Like, what are you doing in
They're
there?
cutting the rat.
But yeah, I mean, you've seen MasterChef Junior. They could do it.
Yeah, they're super.
No, those
definitely
are older kids.
They're being supervised.
They're like 8 to 13.
Yeah, that's not a 5-year-old.
8 is pretty close
5
to
to
5
8 is a
mentally.
5 to 8,
Nah.
like physically,
Nah.
is a big
Physically,
jump.
Yes, mentally, no.
Nah.
It depends. It depends on the kid. Yes, the 8-year-old could play with the 5-year-old and have fun, but it depends.
Yeah, I don't think you want jiu-jitsu swinging knives around. Unless it's, well, what if it's like a survival situation where they get lost in the woods?
Well, I mean, still,
They need
like,
to know.
What if they gotta like hunt or
They-
something?
What if they're being hunted?
The most dangerous game.
Well, they just might get
An
got.
8-year-old?
An 8-year-old with a knife. Kniff.
What happened to you if they're getting
Yeah, but you
hunted?
see little kids all the time in karate.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
that's
saying.
just
And,
turning their
some of these
hands
little kids
into
can beat
weapons.
ass. That's what I'm saying. So, like, mentally and physically, I don't think it's that far of a... Between 5 years old and 9 years old, I'd say is pretty similar. I'm not going to say there's no advancement, but I'm going to say it's gradual. And then once you start hitting puberty and hormones hit, that's when your mind really
That's
starts...
when you need to take the weapons away from them.
Yeah, that's when shit starts going different.
Either way, just don't let your kids just have fucking devices to watch shit on.
And if they want to watch if they want to know about the gay frogs, let the kids watch Alex Jones. He tries not to curse. Sometimes he does. I like to keep this a family-friendly show.
But the frogs are out there ass banging.
Well, so the frog gay thing, so he took it and ran with it. The frogs being gay was actually in South Africa. There's a particular frog that, from the runoff in the water in South Africa, there's a certain chemical in that water that turned the frogs hermaphroditic. So it didn't just turn them gay; it turned them trans, and it also sterilized them.
Oh.
Forcibly trans.
But they would literally even though they were sterile, they would still have sex. So
they know what's up.
They're not gay.
I was going to say, does that make them gay then?
But I guess they're queer if you want to use that envelope term. And I'm not you remember where that used to be a slur?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to the good old days?
Right? Where you could insult them by calling them queer. Now it's just,
Don't call them them. They might want to be called them.
Some people actually want to be called them.
Yeah, and that's cool.
That is their pronoun.
That's cool. My whole thing about it is look, I'll call you whatever you want to be called, but that doesn't mean I actually in my mind respect you as what you want to be. Some of you I give it to you, some of you I don't. But I'll call you whatever you want to be called. I don't give a fuck what you want to be called. I'll give you that respect.
For $200, he'll call you whatever you want.
Yeah, for $200, I'll give you a new name.
Silly.
So, I went to another one of Orlando's theme parks, and I'm just they don't need any sort of non-advertisement. They're big enough to where we really don't matter if I say their name. So, it's Universal, which will soon...
it was Universal. Big reveal. It was Universal.
Universal.
So I went to Universal and Islands of Adventure for the first time in years. I think the last time I went was with you, with Left Foot Green here. Yeah. You kept... There were free tickets all around back in the days. There's still free tickets.
They used to rain them on employees, and then employees would just... Oh,
they still do.
People got stingy.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. So, I want to revisit the whole, known theme park to carny ride situation because, I haven't been to a real theme park in so long.
Yeah.
I don't think it's much safer.
It may not be...
My opinion's changed.
Crazy safer, but they have engineers that have gone to school for years just to do that job.
Some engineers
and
designed
the money.
The fucking thing.
Yeah, but they didn't have... They had tradesmen put it up and people they paid a lot of money to set it up, not George.
No, who do you think fucking set up these roller coasters?
They
might have been making $17 an hour.
But at least they're stationary. I mean, I'll get on a roller coaster
the
wherever.
The Fun Spot ones were stationary.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't think it was lower tier. I really don't.
They're both run by 17-year-olds. So
yeah, they're both run by 17-year-olds, and I was looking at the mechanisms. They're the exact same mechanisms. Only the ones at fucking Universal, you're taking way up into the fucking air and over water and shit. So it's less safe.
But if shit goes wrong,
it less safe.
If shit goes wrong, you're getting paid. A lot.
I mean, by that logic, why do you even ride any rides
slip and fall
anywhere
at the Universal? And I specifically didn't call 411 Pain because they had a wet floor sign.
Oh.
And I was like, but it was in my mind, it was 5 feet away from where the pool of water was, and the pool of water was in. So let me get some background. I went to the fucking comic strip cafe. I was very upset by the price I paid.
Did you pay it?
It was $27 for a school pizza, and it ended up being nicer fish sticks.
Nicer fish sticks.
It was it was 2 pizzas at first, but then one was swapped out.
Oh,
wait, why was it swapped out?
Because it was not satisfactory. I didn't think of doing the same. I didn't think it would work, but it was successful.
They swapped it for fish sticks?
I was already mad at that point. So I got 1 cup of water because the single drinks were $5.
Shit.
And then I'll get into the drink debacle in a moment. So I go to I'm like, oh no, I'll refill my water bottle up at the whatever. He didn't say shit. So I go to refill my water bottle. You can't access the freestyle machines without having the Universal Cup with the NFC chip on the bottom that registers it. So I'm like, what the fuck? And as soon as I say what the fuck, I slip and fall on my knees in this pool of water in front of the freestyle machines in the comic strip cafe. So now I'm like, because there was a pool of water from people just letting ice spill out onto the ground. Okay, that's not my fault.
You just turn around and slip.
It was literally that, and then I was really mad because I couldn't get water. I've already overpaid for lunch, and I slipped and fell. And and when I slipped and fell, to add on to that insult to injury, I could see as I on the ground. I look up and I see the wet floor sign. And I'm like, fuck, I can't sue them.
And your high school bully's just sitting there laughing at you.
I was just ready to sue them at that point, and
Is
I
your
couldn't.
knee okay?
Oh yeah, my knee's fine. It was just a scrape.
Okay.
But if that wet floor sign wasn't there, no, it wouldn't have been.
Did you look up how far the wet floor sign can be from the puddle?
No, I was too mad. I was too upset at that point. So their drink cups. So we ended up getting a drink cup, right? My biggest issue with it.
You must have really been thirsty.
Huh?
You must have really been thirsty, bro.
Nah. So
I'm just fucking with you.
I filled up about 3/4 of the way with the foam filling all the way up, and there's some pressure. There's a line building behind me, so I didn't want to be that dick that's waiting for the foam to go away and then getting more and then waiting for the foam to go
I
away.
paid for this.
I didn't know the fucking system. I thought because they have these freestyle machines all over the place, so I figured I could just go to the next freestyle machine. And I don't know the actual time span it takes, but you're only allowed so many refills per there's a break between refills.
So is it unlimited refills or
it's
no?
unlimited refills. However, you can't get a refill and then get another refill right away. So even if you spill your drink,
And that's not unlimited. That is a limit.
Yeah.
That's putting a limit
that's
to
time
you.
limit.
There's only a certain amount
There's
in
not-
a day, a given day. You can
Oh,
get
that's
drinks.
true, but there's no number on it.
Yeah, I would go and do it, just to be facetious, and then sue them for saying it was unlimited.
Yep.
Nope, you
That's
got the
what
money
you
to
got
sue
him
'em?
for.
Take a whole day and just sit there and refill your drink and wait and time it out and see in an 8 hour or however
So
long they're
overall,
open.
here's my pieces of advice. If you go to Universal, I saw guys with backpacks that had snacks in them. So if it's an unopened snack, I guess you're allowed to bring it. No open shit unless you have a food allergy.
Yeah. You didn't know
I
you
didn't
could
know
bring
that.
snacks?
I didn't know that. I had
You
no
didn't know
idea.
that?
I had no fucking idea.
Oh.
No fucking clue
Tragic.
about that. So
I say shit. That's old.
secondly, I saw somebody else with a backpack that was also designed to be a pillow for naps. Genius. Buy that backpack if you have the chance. Or carry around a pillow all day. That's your choice. Thirdly, don't trust those things just because they've been there longer. I still didn't feel safe.
Nah.
But it was cool. It was a lot of fun. Good time.
I mean, they're fun. I don't understand what the problem is. Why are you so afraid?
Because you're on a piece of metal getting flung through the air.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
don't
what
know-
you're signing up for.
I don't know who made that thing.
Does it matter?
because
Yeah.
It was
It
Steve.
does. 'Cause, like,
He's happy.
the wildest shit
but
for me is
statistically,
Statistically, I get it,
you're
but
right, yeah.
I've also never been on an airplane, and I would be freaked out my first time on an air. Actually, probably every time.
but
on
this
an
isn't
airplane.
your first time on a ride.
Yeah,
You've
but it's
been on
It's been
rides.
15 years since I've been on a ride like that, the whole.
Okay, but you've been on rides, right?
Yes, I've been on plenty of fucking rides.
Okay, so then
But,
why?
But my zeal for it isn't the same as when I was a child. When I was a child, I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't afraid of anything. I'd just yeah, let's go again. Da, 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 da. But now it's I'm looking
Now
at
you see the
everything.
dangers.
I'm looking at how the thing works. I'm like, wait a minute. There's a lot wrong with this.
Whenever
As long as it's moving, you're fine. You're gonna be stuck in that seat. As long as that thing's moving, you're gonna be pushed against that seat. But if something goes wrong, like on the fucking Gringotts ride in Harry Potter World, if that was a real roller coaster,
Yeah.
and I was upside down on the fucking Hulk over the goddamn pool, and just so happened the little latch on the security bar popped.
better
and
have
I'm
quick
just being-
reflexes.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
being held on by a fucking seatbelt, like a 6-inch long seatbelt. Same as FunSpot. That same seatbelt I was disagreeing with last time.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. I could snap a seatbelt at the right speed.
This is the thing.
Let's say the thing stops and the fucking seat malfunctions at the same time. I can snap that fucking seatbelt, and that won't be fun. I'll be dead. There's no suing Universal at that point.
No,
be
your
dead.
your
It's
sister.
every time I get
I
on
don't
a
have heirs.
Your sister could do it.
every time I get on a ride at this point, it's well, if I die,
I die.
at
yeah,
least
that's
I'm
how-
having fun.
That's how it was. I went
Rides,
on the,
like,
I went on the
everything's
Dr. Doom
dangerous.
Tower for the first time in a long time.
Oh, I don't do towers.
Oh, it was so. That was actually one of my favorite ones. And my only problem was like, so as it shot up, really the only real time, the big shoot up, I was like, oh no, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and then it like came down. I was like, oh, actually, that was not bad. And then it did like a little shoot up. It kept like working its way down, but like it was really short. I was expecting another fast shoot up. There's only one. You just blast off, and then it works its way down. Like in up and down motion,
Just like me every Thursday.
exactly.
I don't like the ones where you go up and then they drop you, like the one at Busch Gardens where like you go up and then they make you face
Oh yeah, that's
the
extra.
Sheikra. I
face the
no,
ground.
not
No,
Sheikra,
not
the
Sheikra.
Falcon drop
The
or
Falcon
something.
shit. It's like a circle and you're all sitting in it and then they make you face the ground and they drop you.
It takes up like Dr. Doom, and then the
watched
seat
it.
goes and points you towards the ground, and then it drops with you facing towards the ground. And then at the last second, like, swoops back.
like you're gonna die. I have not been
fuck
on that
that.
ride and I won't.
Yeah, no, I won't do that.
Liz
won't.
tries to go on it, and I'm like, no, you're good. You die alone.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Shame
Because,
on
like,
you.
that's the thing. If that breaks, if that security breaks,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah, you're done.
That's
will
one.
be painful.
I've just never like dropped rides, so like I just.
So the Sheikra one's the one where it like takes you really like it used to be the highest roller coaster in.
Well, it's
Yeah.
still the tallest drop coaster, and they just
and then
opened.
they rock
Tight
you over
Sheikra.
the edge for a moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
See-
sit you right on it.
And it's random intervals on how long it's going to take to drop. But when you look down, the loop actually curves around like a C,
Yeah.
so you can't see the bottom or the middle of the track. It just looks like you drop, and then
It's a 90-degree angle.
oh, it's
That's
rough.
what it is. Specifically,
But how
I
does the
remember
mechanism work
commercials.
for that? Is another
It's a
question.
brake, and then it just lets you go, and gravity takes care of the rest. That's
No, it's
why
gotta, wait, what do you mean gravity? How does it stay on track?
it takes you up on a chain, like it takes you up to the top, and you work around, and then a brake grabs you and holds you over the track, and then the brake just lets go, and the train is designed around the track, so it's in it, and then it just lets you go. That's why halfway through you hit like a water pond, and it shoots jets out. That's it slowing you down, and then you go, and at the end you hit another brake, and it, does the thing.
the stoppy boy.
Same as the Hulk. That's why it never builds up speed again, because after that
It's just
initial
inertia.
push, yeah, you're
I
just
noticed
going.
that. It's just inertia for a good.
And that's
those
why
are
you
like
do
car
the ramps.
tires
Yeah.
that are shooting it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
They're going 60 miles an hour, and they just hit.
Well, is it the ride that's going 60 miles? Because I feel like those would have to be going faster than 60 to push it that fast.
Probably.
But yeah, I realized that most of that's inertia.
But you know what fucks
didn't
me up
make me
about
feel better.
The thing that always fucks me up is like when I'm like in the front row, and I like look down when the ride's about to drop.
Oh, on
like,
Sheikra?
Nah, just
Anyway.
in general.
Okay.
It's certainly like the ones that's closer to like the street, like the street and shit. Mm-hmm. Because like when you're about
Where you
to
can
go
see the
down,
parking lot?
the parking lot.
That's the worst part
the
about SeaWorld.
Seeing in the parking lot or seeing the top of like buildings with the fans spinning around. I was like, damn, bro.
I'm in the air.
Like, I'm really in the air right now.
That's the worst part about SeaWorld, because any ride you go on in SeaWorld, at the top, you're just seeing ugly-ass Orlando all around it. Like, just parking lots and...
You know, surprisingly, when I went on that helicopter ride, it was kind of like that gut feeling, like when you're about to do the drop. It was like that almost the entire time. Like, the entire...
Bunk
which is
that
crazy,
noise.
because it wasn't as, like, fast. I was in a bubble, but it just really... It really gave you that, like... we're not supposed to be in the air. Like, period.
No,
like,
we're not built for that.
Yeah, we're not. So...
Well, no, I feel like that's people
We
who
don't
do
have
those
wings.
wingsuit things where they're trying to go through like little teeny holes
What about
and
the,
stuff. That
the-
seems that's where I feel like you're doing
What
a
about
lot.
The plane parasail things they have, where it's like they like run down a mountain with this like glider thing, but it's actually they can get inside of a little cockpit, and it's
Yeah.
like it's shaped like a plane. And
I
not
mean,
just a
they
regular
look
glider.
fun, but like at the same
They
time,
always do it off mountains. And
yeah,
shit.
that's the
Like,
problem.
What are you doing?
That's the problem. That's the problem. You're doing it off of mountains and cliffs, and
But like you got to give the balls to those guys. They're like
Yeah.
they're going to like 3 towns over. Like they're still in the clouds, way the
They're
fuck
just
away.
going.
Yeah, like where are they gonna land? How are they gonna get home?
they're flying
That's
and
my
soaring
question.
High
How
School
are they
Musical
getting
style.
home? Who's getting them?
None of that's good.
So, the easiest way to get home would be if they had robot legs.
Definitely quick.
Just all
Yeah.
over every building.
So we've had a problem coming to any sort of agreement on this. the guys seem to be very for robot legs.
Robot appendages. All kinds.
Except dicks.
No robot dick. That.
You're outvoted, Coutre.
No.
Why would you get a robot dick?
Yeah, I don't know. Why wouldn't you get one?
I just feel like
Why
at that
would
point,
you-
why not just
Then
use
you don't need
use
balls.
a toy?
Like there'd be no need for robot balls except for aesthetics.
I think the
There'd be
most.
literally
No,
no.
It'd be robot balls,
I want
but
my
it'd be your
testicles.
semen inside of
I was
it.
gonna say I want my testicles inside robot balls with super push. I want to like shotgun jizz.
What?
Oh no!
Yeah, no, I want hyper pressurized testicles. And
See?
just
Robot
shoot it
just
out.
like, yeah,
Why?
So,
Why are you
I
trying to
want a little
weaponize?
CO2
Why are you trying to
canister.
weaponize
Oh my god,
sperm?
could you imagine your taint just holds a CO2 canister
Every time you go to do something, you gotta pop a new canister in. It's just
right in the taint.
Cannot weaponize.
Clear drains with it.
I'm telling you.
No,
Toilets
dude.
clogged. Let me just.
oh no, you just blast it out. So like let's give a few points to robot appendages. Okay, so like you never get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Carry heavy loads, long distances.
Durability.
Listen,
Very durable.
with the proper workout regimen, you can already
Yeah, but my feet get
Do those
my
things.
feet get sore.
listen.
My feet.
There's no
No.
way to contract disease. You can't get gangrene in robot legs.
No trench foot.
No trench foot in robot legs. I get trench foot all the time.
Okay, so
My
what-
toes are barely existent.
But I'd take it a step further. I'd get robot everything if I could. Like as
Just
long as
become
I,
a robot.
yeah, if I could transfer
why?
my consciousness into a robot, immortality.
What
I
about
think the
hologram?
most I would do is my hand.
No, I wouldn't want to be a
Get a
hologram.
robot
So-
hand.
Do you think
Robot
these
hand would be
robots?
cool.
Do you
Just
think the
a
robots
hand.
have the sense of feeling?
I want to say yes. Now they can.
Ideal
Chappie
robots.
did.
Hmm?
Chappie had feeling.
Well, Chappie was able to like I mean, feeling like touch and things.
Oh.
like
Yeah, I want like
that. I think
fingertips
there's-
that can
yeah, there's
feel and
sen-
nothing
There's gotta be
else.
sensor. That's it.
Yeah, just fingertips. I want to be able to feel things with my fingertips, and everything else just cold.
Why
metal.
would you want that?
That'd be a weird feeling.
How would you
not
have a sense
feel
of what's
anything.
around you?
Doesn't need it. I'm
Doesn't-
made of fucking
Doesn't
metal.
need it. I'm made of metal.
I will just chunk through you. Like,
No, okay, so
fuck
does,
out of
does
my
this
way.
include like brain? Like, are we going straight?
if I could,
Deus Ex?
yeah, if I could transfer my conscious to full-on robot.
Like, I'm saying like brain augmentations, like not like transferring
Oh.
consciousness, but like getting your
Oh.
brain with like a chip that does something.
Now you're putting chips in your brain?
That
Oh,
seems
no.
risky, just
That's
like
not
due to
appendage.
infection or something.
Oh, no,
Imagine
honey.
getting a
What
brain
If you're trying to
infection.
put a fucking arm on you that doesn't belong to you, it's gonna be an infection. Try to do a goddamn
Yeah, but in
robot
your
arm.
brain, I'd take an arm infection over a brain infection.
I don't know
But I see
about
what you're
that.
saying.
I think
yeah.
I'd prefer an arm infection over
I
brain
wouldn't want a brain infection.
for
I'm
sure.
telling you.
I think if you get a brain infection, you die. It seems like that.
Yeah,
would
don't,
be the
it does sound a
case.
good idea.
Yeah. No.
Everything.
Robot legs.
liver.
Mm-mm. I just
Robot liver would be the strongest liver.
Robot heart. You just
Think about how much parkour you can do with robot legs.
Hardcore parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
you'd
with
crash
those
through the
legs.
ceiling of the GameStop.
Nah, it'd be like, I feel like they would make it out of like some light metal.
Like an aluminum
Like, yes,
almost.
type
Or
of
like
alloy.
the aircraft aluminum,
Mm.
which is like as strong as titanium,
See?
or like the new nanocarbon.
Oh shit! So just imagine like
Composite
some parkour
carbon.
kids running down the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
Just yeah. Like they never get tired of running. Oh no, that's
I would
terrible.
have to replace some
You
of my
can't do
feet
that.
with blades.
It's like imagine the cops trying to chase somebody with robot legs.
That would be.
Imagine the cop chasing your ass down with robot
Yeah,
legs.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They've already thought about this 30 years ago, 40 years. Oh my God, the 80s were 40 years ago.
Yeah, but
Oh,
RoboCop
no.
did not have maneuverability. He was not chasing you
They just
anywhere.
kind of like
Get
they did
down
not-
off those stairs.
Get down on your knees.
Robosack.
So we've been playing a lot of the Mortal Kombat 11 lately. We're actually kind of watching it right now. Shouts out MK11. Shouts out NetherRealm Studio. You shouldn't have fucked up and made it like Injustice, but it's still a good game.
It's better than I
Big
anticipated.
thing we noticed when you used to play fighting video games, what did the female characters wear?
If you were lucky,
Most of the time.
not a goddamn thing. But
Cheat
most of
codes
the
in
time.
some games.
The skimpiest of outfits.
Things
Battle thong.
that did not make sense for armor.
Lil fits.
Well, for a fighting game, do you need armor? No, you're just.
I mean,
Some of the people, as Scorpion has had armor his entire. He's at least had shoulder pads.
Which is a dick move to bring to a fist fight.
but that's a part of his outfit.
Yeah, but again, dick thing to
Why
bring
does he
to a
gotta have
fist
an
fight.
outfit to go to a fight? That's
No,
another
I'm
thing.
saying like they all have their outfits.
Feeling cute today might get over here later.
They all have outfits. All of the characters have outfits. They
Right,
have
that's how you tell them apart. That's their whole point.
exactly. So like,
Yeah, but Johnny Cage been fighting shirtless with just a tattoo on his chest for years.
Johnny Cage.
It's not fair that he's going up against.
You know. So
I mean, because does
how many battle thongs have you seen in this guy?
In this guy.
Yeah,
this one guy.
This one dude. This new MK11.
This game is devoid of any boner material.
You can't. Well, I mean,
how much
somebody
does
could
what
get a
you're
boner.
wearing like actually affect
You can ask Shadman to do some
the fight
new.
The
MK11.
equipment actually does affect it in this
It
game.
didn't used to.
in this?
In
because
this one,
they,
yeah.
Because
Okay.
they modeled it after. Essentially, they've tried to make this Injustice, and that's DC based. And Warner Brothers is
Yeah.
out of control. The Warner Brothers is out of control. They need to cancel NetherRealm and just
Canceled.
canceled. NetherRealm needs to go their own way, away from Warner Brothers, and we could have quality, skimpy outfits, better fatalities with the X-rays. Because that shit was cool. That Mortal Kombat 10, peak Mortal Kombat. 11, you
It
might
was pretty
grow on me.
glorious.
You might grow on me, but you guys are lazy. You should have came up with a new idea.
Yeah, I mean, but in reference to the outfits, I don't think it really matters.
They're pixels. Not
It's
even,
pixel titties.
not even real.
Do you remember how it used to be where like 7-year-old boys would get all crazy about Laura Croft triangle titties?
I do. Me personally, nah. But
I mean, it's like
understand they were pixels.
I didn't really get it. I didn't really get
The
it.
first time I used the hot coffee cheat on San Andreas, I was like, why? Why? It's
Those
just
PS2
PS2 graphic models
graphics just rubbing against each other.
rubbing against each and to a mini game. You have to press buttons, and it's disturbing. It's like it's not pornographic.
Well, God of War had the same thing.
But see, it was off camera though, so you're
Yeah.
hitting buttons, but it's off camera, and it'd be
Hearing
like
them sexy
a little statue,
pixel moans.
the little pen statue is just shooting the water.
There's a
And
penis
progressive-
statue.
There's like a little
like a
synthesized
cherub.
pen, yeah, and like the more you get through it, the pitch just the water
Oh,
just keeps
no.
going. The water just keeps going all
It does
over.
the Austin Powers.
Oh,
But nah, bro, it's all camera.
well, what I was gonna say though is like the problem is not like these characters are necessarily supposed to be anyone's like role model or something someone's looking up to. Like it's a fucking game character. Like it really shouldn't be that deep.
So you're saying that it doesn't matter? I mean, even if she was wearing the battle thong.
no, it doesn't
Shouldn't
matter.
matter.
It
But
doesn't
also,
fucking
Mortal
matter.
Kombat gave us the ESRP. ESRP?
ESRP, really?
Yeah.
Are they the reason?
They're the
ESRP,
reason.
yeah.
Because spine ripping out wasn't acceptable for the chitrons. So they went to Congress and were like, we need to ban video games for this reason, Mortal Kombat. And
They've been trying to ban video games for years. No, not
Mortal
anymore.
Kombat started
I
it.
mean, I don't think all the girls should have like battle thongs. Like
You
not
think there should be at
everyone.
least one battle thong?
I think if there because statistically
option.
there would be
A
at
battle
least
thong.
one.
Yeah. Somebody's like, this is what I move fastest in.
Yeah.
They're, you know.
And Johnny Cage just wears tear off pants.
Yeah,
I can't,
Johnny Cage just wears battle thongs.
Oh, I can't tell you know.
I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
Unpopular
Dick punch.
opinion.
Well, on that note, it's been a good time here. We got anything else to add?
These headphones make my ears hurt.
They're the new
Oh,
headphones.
dude,
They're highest of
you gotta
quality.
stretch them out. You gotta
Yeah, you
stretch
gotta-
them boys out.
you gotta
They
tease
got
them
the-
first.
You can change the length on them. Did you not know these things are adjustable?
My little ears.
You can adjust them. Adjust the headphones.
No.
Justin headphones.
Justin.
Justin
Justin
headphones.
headphones.
Justin
in
headphones,
time.
late game.
Anything else? We done here?
I guess so.
All right, let's pack up.
Take care. Brush your hair. Wear clean underwear. All the time. Everywhere.
Don't get caught in no snares.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good addition. My bad.